Watch me ride.
Oh! See, that was a big one! Keep your visor down, people! It's lethal! Oh dear, well, this is why you have a bike, isn't it? Come on. Yes, let's scurry ahead, shall we? Absolutely no reason for that. That was someone's poor driving caused that one. Well done! If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's actually quite interesting if you look into like how traffic jams happen and things, because you know, you get these huge tailbacks that start from nothing. It can just be from one person braking too heavily, and then it just builds and builds and builds, and it works backwards down the road. That's one of the things autonomous cars could solve, because you wouldn't need traffic lights. You wouldn't, when people pull away, rather than going one, then the next one, then the next one, then they're looking at their phone, and then it's the next one. They all move away at the exact same speed, like a train. So much more efficient. But of course, those cars kill people. Well, they say that there was not even if a human driver, which was there was a backup driver behind the wheel, he wasn't really paying much attention, but anyway, even if he did, he would not have had the time to react. But I'm like, well, I thought these things had forward-facing radar that could pick stuff up on the road at a distance. I don't know. The first person has been killed by an autonomous car. It happened weeks ago. You probably saw it. Now, if you saw my last video, I said that post boxes were myths, and I've had a tip-off. Someone said to me that they've seen one in the wild, and it was in Tesco's. So what option did I have? I have had to come to Tesco's just to find out if this myth is actually a reality. Right, well, Daniel of the Western Isles and David of London, you are the keychains that came for a trip with me. And look, they do exist. Who knew? I found my opinion has changed a little bit about AI. I used to be all for it, like, yes, definitely we need that, because, you know, everyone that's going, it's going to go crazy, it's going to go, you know, skynet on us and kill everyone, it's going to enslave us, blah, blah, blah. That's just crap, really, in the short term. However, there is this humanistic thing that people do, which is to assume that we are, you know, that the AI will be of an equal intelligence to us, and then it will be like, it could be a fight like the Terminator versus the humans thing. Who's to say that on the scale of intelligence, being 0 to 100, say, that we're not like a 4? And there are races out there which are like 99s. And the other thing about AI, really? Go on, dude. Oh my god. There is a crossing right there. There was people parked in it though. Oh my god, let's have a discussion about AI in the middle of hell! Where was I? Yeah, at some point when AI gets clever enough, it will then learn to improve itself. That is the problem. We're not the problem. That's a very powerful thing, you know. If we are very limited in our technology due to our intelligence and our ability to develop these things. What a nice person. But a computer could just be so much more intelligent, so much more logical, work out equations in seconds. You know, it could develop, when you get a decent AI, it will be able to develop an even better AI itself in probably moments, you know? So the whole Terminator thing was kind of stupid, because they only showed the intelligence of humans or less than. And the fact is, if it had been going on for years, like they'd said, it probably would only take minutes in reality for it to improve its systems to a point that we wouldn't even understand. In the same way that they've had some independent AI technologies talk to each other in a different language because it was more efficient than ours, the sort of the language we taught it. So that is a very interesting angle to think about when it comes to AI. It's like, once you create this thing, once that second it sparks and becomes aware, its intelligence level can just go way beyond us. And it's not going to be a war. It'll just work out. If it wanted to get rid of us, it would just do it in seconds. Now, here's the question. Why would they want to get rid of us? That's the other thing. It's like, oh, it becomes intelligent, then it forms ill intent. imagine an artificial intelligence gone rogue, and it starts doing really nice things like solves the world energy crisis, solves the water problems, solves, you know, finds the cures for all diseases and stuff, and in one day it just goes, there you go, human race, you're all sorted. Who's to say it's not going to do that? Why isn't there a nice AI? AI gone friendly. Okay, that's just a discussion point, but it is interesting that no one ever assumes that that would happen. It's always, they're gonna kill us! There is something that I personally feel is much more concerning, and it is concerning to us right now, and it should be anyway. And that is not sentient, self-aware AI. It's the AI we have now. You know, it's just a computer program with sensors and actuators, should we call it. You know, a machine which just notices you walking up to the door and opens, and then you walk through. Okay, it's not intelligence, it's a switch, but that is a small operation. Now, you just increase those operations to, is that person deemed a target? Yes, lock on, fire. Now, this sort of AI doesn't actually need to be clever at all. There was a Vivitassim video a little while ago, they were talking about something like this. I put a comment on it, and it was pretty highly rated. And it was just addressing this exact fact that it's like, I think it is the low-level artificial intelligence that could be the most dangerous. With the technology where it is right now, someone could build a drone, you know, a normal-sized drone, well, a slightly bigger, like a hex drone or something, that could hold a few kilos or more. You could fit it with a simple GPS GPS system that can see where it is and control itself. Bit of programming required there. Probably even buy this off the internet with programs to do it. So you literally can say to it, I want you to fly this route here. I know someone did it here actually. I think that's how they did it. They basically flew a drone around the entire outside of the island. I actually meant it the other way around, but you know, throttle hand. You could then link those together using a swarm program of some sort. You know, they've got these programs. Have you seen the drones? The swarms of drones? Oh my god. Firework displays, forget about them. These are amazing! And they're quiet. This is my prediction. Swarm drone, like display nights, where you go to a night, you know, it's like out somewhere, or it'll be an event in the evening, and they'll have all these drones take off, literally hundreds of them, and they'll start doing these shapes and these patterns and all this stuff, and it's simple stuff. Well, anyway, now you imaginize that you then have that program running some normal drones with a capacity to carry a weight of some sort, and you then send them off to do something. I'm trying not to get demonetised here by giving people ideas as to how they can make terrorist weapons. I can't say that word. Scary person, shooty, nasty, hurty things. I can think of several things that can be done very easily using that technology now in a very indiscriminate nature that would be terrible. And if they manage to get these drones back, there is no evidence of who did it. I mean, you could do it from, you know, because you're using illegal software, you could fly them at much higher heights than what the laws allow. At which point you can't even sodding see the things. You know, you get up to maybe I don't know, 800-900 feet or something. It's not going to be easy to see it. Well, it might be. It depends on the weather and stuff. Christ, you did it at night. You wouldn't have a clue. You wouldn't have a clue how it even happened. You wouldn't even hear the motors. See, something like that, which is just a low-level piece of AI, is really available now. And that's something someone could do on the street. The military is following this line. You know, they're trying to make... The British, we've got that autonomous fighter now, haven't we? Or is it a different drone, a faster drone? I can't remember, but it's like... It looks like a fighter jet, but it's autonomous. As I say, I don't think the real scary thing about AI is what it chooses to do itself. The real scary thing is what someone chooses to tell it to do. So whereas before I was like fully for AI, like yeah, just do it, there's no real risk, there's no real worries, yeah, okay, it could go a bit crazy in the future. I'm actually much more concerned about it now. I do think, well, this is the problem, you know, ideally this is a Pandora's box, you don't open it, but the thing is, AI is such a powerful tool that we will never do that. We will keep developing it, it's inevitable, we are humans. Greed will go above, you know, the risk of life. Always. Always, always. Because the people who are greedy aren't the ones risking their lives. And the ones that do risk their lives generally don't have a choice. So my opinions on AI have, as I say, shifted a little. I'm still not one of those, oh my god, AI, it's going to be the end of us because it's going to go Skynet. But as I say, it's what people can make it do now, and just give it a few more years. I mean, I'm not going to make any specific predictions because, Jesus Christ, I'm going to. You knew about it. It was you. I believe there will be some form of incident that will be very clever. It won't be as, you know. It will be very simple, and it will be very clever. Anyway, I'd love to hear your opinion on this. Add any information in that you want, and say, we're all learning. Well, I'm learning still about all this stuff, and yeah, it's the whole intelligence thing of like the level of intelligence, the way that we consider ourselves to be like near the top. It was a real eye-opener for me when someone pointed. Well, when I saw something, and I'm like, why do you think that we're like near the top of the intelligence scale? Who's to say there is a limit? Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time. And yes, I have gone to 2 test guys in one video. That means you have to leave a like. This channel is made possible by the support of the audience. Please check out the links in the description and all the different ways you can help support the channel. Any help is greatly appreciated.